Okay, so boom. Let's say you got this friend, right? And then your friend is new, and this was like years ago. Your friend is new to like they rap career, and they a whole rapper out here, and your friend is a female, and your friend was kind of raised wrong because parents just be hunching on each other, and then they make babies, and they know they should have been hunching on each other in the first place because low key they really don't like each other. They was just horny, and they just thought each other's body parts kind of looked good to touch and feel on, and then stick inside of each other like puzzle pieces that fit. So anywho, your friend is born as a result of that irresponsibility. Yay! And so your friend grows up, and your friend daddy be like, "We gonna make you a rapper," and she like, "Okay, daddy. I don't think you really raised me good. Shut up, bitch. Rap." And so she be rapping. Now she gotta have a name because she a rapper. And so your friend like, "Daddy, I want a slave name." And he was like, "I got the perfect slave name for you." And then he said, "We gonna hit the lotto with you." And then your name became a slave name. It wasn't lottery. It was something else that was real slave like and messed up. But you ignorant and you kinda know smart good. So yeah, it worked out. But then people were like, "Hey, we don't like that. You probably need to educate yourself. Because, like, even though you a light-skinned nigga and you was probably a house nigga, you still a nigga." And you was like, "Shut up. I don't need to educate myself. You're all just stupid. You all can suck a bowl of dicks." And then everybody was like, "Fine, I'm not investing in this retarded slave name." And then you were like, "I was just playing. Give me that bowl of dicks back. You don't need to suck on that. I was just playing. I'm going to change my name." So you change your name to something less offensive and less slave referencey, but it's still a little bit of slave referencey because you weren't creative enough to find a whole different thing without changing your brand, which would have been easy because you already got the audience that follows you. But you decided to do something else, and your dad was like, "Now we hit the lottery." And you were like, "Yay, you fired." And now you got new management because your daddy, you probably ain't like him that much anyway. But anywho, like, you went on to pop your big one and talk about how fine you were and how much of a boss you were, but you really had low self-esteem and didn't like yourself. This is all your friend, by the way, not you. You really had low self-esteem and didn't like yourself. And so you had body enhancements. And then you got stage, your friend got on stage like and started popping a big one like that body was God-given. No, it was surgically driven. It was not God-given. You suck. Your body is terrible. Yuck. And so, you still sexy because you a woman. I mean, in the eyes of a straight man, but to other women and yourself, your body was yuck. And so now you wondering, "Oh my God, where do I go from here?" Because now my body is T, and big mama your arm. Big mama your arm. And so now you popping your big one about how other women are yuck and how dare they have a high body count, and then you telling people that your body count is low, and then they like, "Your body count ain't low. I know for a fact you've been sleeping around," and you like, "No, my body count is low." And then so everybody's like, they kind of discrediting you and not believing you because like the way you present yourself as a deviant and a whore of Babylon. But it don't matter because you rich and they not. Ha 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 ha. Big mama your arm. And so now you go on to pop your big one, and now your record sales ain't doing so good because people kind of tired every time they put on your music, "My coochie, big mama your arm." But you're repetitive enough to keep the same audience or whatever, but you can't grow your new audience members. So you just start doing random stuff around, and now you got a boyfriend, and your boyfriend shouldn't be your boyfriend because he ain't just your boyfriend. He's somebody else's husband, allegedly. I don't know, maybe. And then he also got kids, and like he's also a baby daddy. And then you kind of like going against everything you spoke against about these other women because now they got you pregnant, and now women have developed this thing to where they took back like bad words to shun them, like bitch and like hoe and slag face whore and slut and skank, and women be like, "Haha, yeah slut, yeah bitch." And now like it really don't hurt their feelings no more. So now other people on the internet calling your friend a bird. Now we have to call you an aviational creature because yuck. And so I guess now, since you pregnant by this man, I guess he rich, and he wasn't born an American citizen. I don't know the logistics and all the details behind that, but you hit the lotto.